Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Abe. And today, we're gonna be talking about the most sexiest figure I own, and that is the Warpath. This is not sponsored by Marvel, check the description box below. But bam, how's that for a time lapse? Look how sexy he is. Muscles, 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 muscle, 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 muscles? Nah, muscles. He has all the muscles in the world. However, it kind of looks like he skipped leg day, but I can't really criticize because me. Before we go into the studio, do you remember Warpath in Days of Future Past? Me neither. You know why? Because he was so useless. He was either saying, "They're here! They're here!" or he was too busy getting killed. Wait, before I go. His powers, they didn't even show it right. He has superhuman strength, superhuman senses, superhuman agility and flexibility, and he could fly. Well, flight is kind of embarrassing. Even the authors think so. So scratch that. But yeah, next time you want to put him in a movie, do it right. Muscles, give me this.
Well, he's fascinating. He's a pain in the ass.
Let's talk about the character real quick. So Warpath is a mutant, if you guys didn't know that. His real name is James Proudstar, aka formerly known as Thunderbird, and then later on he gets the name Warpath. So he had a brother that was Thunderbird, and he was actually one of the original X-Men. However, he was killed, and he was so mad, and he started blaming the X-Men for that. So he joined a group called the Hellions, or the Helions, or whatever. And through that, he wanted to kill the X-Men and Professor X, but he had a change of heart, and then later on, he doesn't join the X-Men, but he does join X-Force with Cable. So I actually had a Tiger Stripe Wolverine, or the Rulk Wolverine, and I also had a Nightcrawler, a Marvel It wasn't really a Marvel Legends, but it was a Nightcrawler figure. Yes, I did have a Nightcrawler figure, but I just traded it. Sad story. But I really do need a Nightcrawler figure. But I traded those two for a Magic, not Warpath. I did think Magic was a magical figure, but I was so desperate for Warpath, so I traded that Magic for Warpath. So back in 2010, there was like a drought in the Marvel Legends. Hasbro was not really doing such a great job with Marvel Legends. I'm not trying to diss. Not trying to diss. But yeah, so back then in 2010, they only released these 2-packs for Toys R Us. Some of them included Hulk and Valkyrie, I believe, and a Black Widow and a Winter Soldier, and of course, Warpath and a Deadpool. So he came with a Deadpool. It's the same sculpt, but it was red, or if you had the variant of Warpath, it came with the blue one. So I just wanted to give you a size comparison. It was basically this figure, but a different color. Man, they look good together. Okay, so his head sculpt is really good. He looks so mean. I mean, look at that. His hair came out really nice. I mean, honestly, it looks better than my hair. Let's be real. The paint overall on his face is good. This metallic blue silver looks good all around. However, there are a little bit of scuffages and paint missing, such as in the back right here. But I'm gonna blame that on how old this figure is. I mean, come on, it's from 2010. It's a good figure, however, this bicep, if you move him, what is this? Bro, what the heck, man? And also right here, if you move the arm a little bit, I mean, if you move his forearm a little bit, you can see the black. It's not a skin color. I honestly think Hasbro should have done a little bit, they should have added something here, because when I make him look up, there's a big gap right here, which is kind of annoying. Next came out really good. I wish they colored the hinges with the metallic color. Same on this side. Yeah, overall, there's a bit of scuffages that I'm not really a fan of, but it is old, like I said. Look at the detail right there, the veins. I wish I had those. Anyways, yeah, I think the paint is good. Nothing really here, nothing too fancy, just a black boot with some silver straps, which is painted very well on my figure. See that there's a little bit of scuffages here, right? I don't know if you could tell, but yeah. So Warpath comes with 2 accessories, just as 2 Bowie knives. These are made out of vibranium. Well, These are made out of plastic, but you get the idea. These are vibranium knives that he uses in the comics. The paint is okay on the metal itself on both. However, there's a lot of paint missing on his handle right here, which is kind of annoying, but like I said, this is an old figure, so I don't really blame it too much. For articulation, his head cannot move up at all. His head can move down. He can look right and left. Ab crunch goes all the way down this much, and he can look up that far with his abs. His arms can do a full 360 spin, as well as his biceps. Hey man, his biceps. He has a single jointed elbow, and he also has like, not really a wrist rotation, but it's right here. Forearm rotation? That's kind of random, but whatever. I don't like that his hands are sculpted like he's holding guns, because Warpath doesn't really hold guns, he holds his knives. So, but yeah, I mean, he does hold his knives fairly well. His hip rotation, he can rotate the hips. He has a ball joint on his legs that makes him kick this much out, a little bit more than that, and he can also kick forward that much as well. He has an upper thigh cut that makes him do a 360 right here, but you don't really want to do a 360 there. Double jointed knees. He doesn't have a boot rotation. What's up with Hasbro and no boot rotations on figures, man? I don't care. I do care, a little bit. His feet can go down that much. His feet can go up that much. He does have toe articulation, which is, I mean, I don't really use it, but it's fine. He doesn't have an ankle swivel, which kind of gets annoying. So that's it for the articulation. Everyone's favorite part, the size comparison. So Warpath stands at about 7.5 inches tall. Here's a size comparison next to Crossbones. They have the same body mold, so they're about the same, but Warpath is a little bit taller. Here's him next to a fellow X-Force member that also was part of the 2-pack with a different color, as mentioned before. Man, they look so good together. I wish I could show you guys, but not now. And here he is next to Spider-Man. Can't really stand. Yeah. And here he is next to my favorite skincare products. COSRX, baby, for days.
COSRX or Marvel?
Marvel, even though COSRX makes me beautiful. Spider-Man, what the f? Honestly, if you're a big fan of the Mutants or X-Force, I think this figure is worth it to get if you're desperate. Because I'll show you how much it is down below. Do not judge me. I didn't pay that much. But yeah, I mean, honestly, for that money, it costs a kidney and a liver and a heart. I don't think it's worth it. So that's my review. Peace.
Boom. The end.
Desperate times, desperate measures, desperate figures.